Hello and welcome to this new video. In this video, we will discuss about Flutter important topics which is useful for your Flutter interview as well as it is also helpful for your Flutter development. So without further ado, let's get started. So basically in this video, we will cover top 10 Flutter interview topics. Also we will cover everything from the basic programming concept and then we move to more advanced important topics like performance optimizations and also cross-platform development like how Flutter is used to do this. So in this video you will learn what to expect in Flutter jobs by interviewer and you can also get better prepared for demonstrate your skills and your experience regarding to your Flutter and Dart. So first topic is Flutter framework. So as an interviewer, they might ask you about question related to basics of Flutter such as its architecture, widgets, layout, state management, animations and lot more. So you can answer this like Flutter is a cross-platform application development that allows to build high quality and performance apps for both iOS and Android in mobile, and also it helps for web application development as well. And it was created by Google and it's based on Dart programming language. And some common key features of Flutter is it has a rich set of customizable widgets that get provided a flexible and responsive user interface. Second thing is it has a hot reload feature that allow to key developers to make changes to the code and see result immediately. Third key point is they are a fast development cycles so that can enable developers to create apps quickly and efficiently. And also it has a powerful layout system that allows to develop easily and creative complex user interface very easily. And last thing is they have range of tools and libraries that help to developer with tasks such as state management, networking, navigations, a lot more. Our second topic is Dart programming language. So as a Flutter is based on Dart programming language, so interviewer might ask you questions about Dart such as its syntax, data types, classes, functions and lot more. So you can answer this like Dart is a general purpose programming language that was created by Google and it was designed to be fast, efficient and easy to use, and it is the language which is used to build Flutter apps. And regarding for key features, so Dart includes optional typing, garbage collections, asynchronous programming, mixin, lot more. In optional typing, Dart allows to developer to use type annotations if they want, but it is also allowed for dynamic typing. Garbage collection is like Dart is built in garbage collections which help to manage memory allocations. In terms of asynchronous programming, so Dart is built in support for asynchronous programming which makes it easier for writing apps that perform well. And in terms of mixin, so Dart allows developers to use mixin which are the way to reusing code across different classes. So our third topic is widgets. So widgets are the building block of Flutter app user interface. So as an interviewer, they might ask you about various types of widgets like how to create custom widget, and also they can ask how to use them in Flutter apps. So you can answer this like in a Flutter app, widget is a building block that represents part of the user interface, and widget can be combined to create complex user interface, and they can be customized to fit the need of your app. Some of the key features of widget include widget are immutable, widget are declarative, widget can be stateful or stateless. So in terms of widget are immutable, so basically once a widget is created, it cannot be changed. Means instead of a new widget must be created within the desired changes. Second is widget are declarative. So developer describe that what UI should look like, and Flutter take care of rendering of it. Third is widget can be stateful or stateless. So you can explain this like stateless widgets are static and do not change over time, while stateful widget can be updated based on the user interaction. So our fourth topic is a layout. An interviewer might ask you about various types of layout that are used in Flutter, such as row, column, stack, grid, wrap, and lot more. Basically, they are just want to know about how to use them to create a desired user interface. So you can answer this like layout in a Flutter are widgets that define how other widgets are positioned and sized within the user interface. So layout widget is responsible for arranging its child widget in a particular way, such as in a row, column, or grid. And layout widgets are crucial for creating complex user interface for Flutter, such as common widgets include in row, column, stack, grid, list, expand, flexible, wrap, and lot more. In terms of row in column, this layout widgets arranging child widget horizontally and vertically, and especially it can be nested to creating more complex layout very easy. In terms of stack, this layout widget positioned child widget on the top of another widget, that allowing for complex layout creating very easily. In terms of grid and list view, this layout widgets are used for displaying list of items in a grid or particular list. In terms of expand and flexible, these layout widgets are used to control how child widgets are sized within the row or column widget. In terms of wrap widget, this layout widget is used to wrap child widget to the next line when they exist a available space in a row or column widget. So when using layout in Flutter, it is important to consider the size and position of each child widget as how they interact with other widget within the layout. So careful consideration of layout design can result in more responsive and visually appealing user interface. So our fifth topic is state management. So managing the state of an app widgets is an essential part of Flutter development. So as an interviewer, they might ask you about various types of state management technique in Flutter, such as set state, provider, block, getX, riverport, and lot more. So you can answer this like state management refer to how an application manages updating its data over a time. When a user interacts with a Flutter app, the app state can change and the UI needs to be updated accordingly. So, Flutter offers several options for managing states. It includes set state, provider, block, redux, riverport, and lot more. Each approach has its own strength and weakness, and choice of which to use is depend on the complexity of app and the developer preference. Such as set state is most straightforward option for managing state in Flutter. It allows to update the state of widget and rebuild its UI. However, as an app grows, it is a very complexity arises. Set state become very unwidely and harder to manage any bigger application. In terms of provider, so provider is a state management library that help to simplify the process of passing data between widgets, and provider is a simple way to manage app wide state and can be used conjugations with set state for more complex scenarios. So in a smaller project, you can go with the provider as well. Third option is we have block. It is widely used for larger applications. So block stands for business logic component, and it is this design pattern that separate app logic from its UI. It involves creating a separate classes that handle a business logic of an app and communicating within the UI via stream or chain notifier. And those all the state management are widely used in Flutter. Let's jump to our sixth topic. So our sixth topic is a networking. So is a mobile application require form of networking, which is basically directly connections between internet for API calling. So in an interviewer, they might ask you about networking in Flutter, such as how to manage HTTPS requests for Flutter and also how to handle those response and how to use third-party packages for networking in Flutter. So you can answer this like networking refers to the process of communicating with the server or external APIs for fetching or sending data over the internet. So Flutter provides several APIs and libraries that make it easy to perform networking operations in a Flutter app. Some of the key features of networking in Flutter includes HTTPS request, JSON, WebSocket, authentication, caching, and lot more. In terms of HTTP request, Flutter provides an HTTP library that can be used to make HTTP requests to the server or API. This library supports GET, POST, PUT, DELETE, and other HTTP request methods. In terms of JSON serialization and deserialization, Flutter provides a built-in support for working with JSON data. It provides method to serialize data object into JSON string and deserialize JSON string into Dart object. In terms of WebSocket, so Flutter provides WebSocket support, which enables real-time communication between Flutter app and a server. In terms of authentication, Flutter provides support for several authentication mechanisms such as OAuth, Firebase authentication, and JWT tokens. In terms of caching, Flutter provides a caching mechanism to reduce the amount of network traffic in apps. This can be achieved using shared frames or SQLite database. Let's look into our seventh topic, which is testing. So, testing is an important aspect of any software development project. So, as an interviewer, they might ask you about various types of testing in Flutter, such as unit testing, widget testing, integration testing, and if you are a intermediate developer, they can also say about golden testing as well. So you can answer this like testing is the process of verifying that the app work correctly and when expected. So Flutter provides a robust testing framework that enables developers to test their apps in a variety of scenarios. Such of the key feature of testing in Flutter include widget testing, integration testing, unit testing, test coverages, test year development, and lot more. So, in terms of widget testing, Flutter provides a widget testing framework that enables developers to test individual widgets in isolation. This makes it easier to test a specific feature of app without the need to test the entire app. In terms of integration testing enables developers to test the interaction between different widgets and how they work together. So, this is useful for the testing complex app scenarios that involves multiple widgets and screens. In terms of unit testing is used to test individual unit of code such as function, method, or classes. So, Flutter support unit testing using the built-in Dart testing libraries. So, in terms of test coverage, Flutter provides a test coverage tool that enables developer to measure how much of their code is being tested. In terms of test-driven development, which is a TDD, so TDD is development approach where tests are written before the code. Flutter support TDD using the Flutter test library. So our eighth topic is performance optimization. So as an interviewer, they might ask you about various techniques of optimizing the performance of Flutter app, such as using asynchronous programming, optimizing widget rendering, and reducing the app size. So you can answer this like performance optimization in Flutter refers to the process of improving the speed and responsiveness of Flutter apps. It involves identifying performance issues and applying techniques to fix them. Some of the key features of performance optimization in Flutter include hot reload, Dart compiler, asynchronous programming, stateless widget, memory management, and lot more. So, in terms of hot reload feature, Flutter hot reload feature enables developer to quickly test changes to their code and see the result in real time. This helps to identify performance issue early in the development process. In terms of Dart compiler, Flutter uses the Dart compiler to convert Dart code into native machine code. This results in faster app startup time and improved performance. In terms of asynchronous programming, so asynchronous programming enables Flutter app to perform multiple tasks simultaneously, this improving app performance. In terms of stateless widget, so stateless widget are a type of widget that do not have any mutable state. They are faster and more efficient than stateful widgets, they making them ideal for performance critical scenarios. In terms of memory management, so Flutter use garbage collection to manage memory allocation. This helps to prevent memory leaks and app performance. Ninth topic is animation. So Flutter provides powerful animation capabilities. So as an interviewer, they might ask you about various types of animations and also how to create them and how to use them to make your app more engaging. So you can answer this like animations are used to bring life to use interface by adding visual element that enhance the user experience. So Flutter provides an extensive animation framework that can be used to create a wide variety of animations. So some of the key features of animations in Flutter includes animation controllers, tween animation, physics-based animations, hero animation, implicit animations, explicit animations, and a lot more. So In terms of animation controller, so Flutter provides a animation controller class that can be used to control animations. This animation controller class provides method for starting, stopping, and controlling the speed and direction of animations. In terms of twin animation, twin animation is an animation that interpolates between two values over a specific duration. Flutter provides a twin class that can be used to create twin animation. In terms of physics-based animation, so Flutter provides a physics-based animation framework that can be used to create animations that real-world physics. In terms of hero animation, so hero animation are used to animate transition between screen or pages in Flutter. They create a smooth and seamless transition between screen by animating shared element. In terms of implicit animations, so implicit animation are used to automatically animate changes in white properties. For example, changing the color of button can be animated using implicit animation. So our 10th topic is cross-platform development. So as you know that Flutter allows you to create mobile apps and web apps as well for this platform. So Inter might ask you about various aspects of cross-platform development such as platform-specific APIs, device compatibilities, and code sharing. So you can answer this like cross-platform development in Flutter refers to the process of creating apps that can run on multi-platforms, which include Android, iOS, Linux, macOS, and web. So it involves using a single code base to build apps for multiple platforms, which can save time and resources compared to building separate apps for each platform. Some of the key features of cross-platform development in Flutter include single code base, hot reload, Flutter widgets, platform-specific APIs, Dart programming language, and lot more. So, in terms of single code base, so Flutter allow developers to use single code base to build app for multiple platforms. This can save time and reduce development costs compared to building separate apps for each platform. In terms of specific APIs, so Flutter provides platform-specific APIs that enable developers to access platform-specific features such as camera or geolocation. So from this, it easily to make cross-platform apps. So in conclusion, if you are preparing for Flutter developer interview, so it is important to have these topics in solid understanding. This thing basically important because this include architecture, state management, widget, asynchronous programming. This is very important aspects for application development by Flutter. So demonstrating your knowledge and proficiently in this area can increase your chance of impressing the interviewer and also landing the job. So remember to practice and prepare thoughtfully and don't forget to showcase your problem solving skills and also ability to work well in a team. So that's all about my information on this topic. So if you enjoy this video, give it thumbs up and hit subscribe button. Your support means a lot. So stay tuned for more videos and thank you for being here. Have a good day.